facilitator, Karen Wester. Today we're using a SmartBoard Interactive Whiteboard 600 series and a Windows 7 PC running the Windows 7 operating system. Keep in mind as we go through our lessons today that everything is in your learner workbook. We're going to have an opportunity to practice after our workshop today in order to really hone our skills. It's important that you practice and have fun sharing and revealing with your friends. We're in the full screen view. The full screen view is ideal for presenting your lessons to the class and having them engage with the SmartNotebook. Again, we're using SmartNotebook software 11 series. Okay, that's the latest and greatest SmartNotebook software. I'm going to click forward using the navigational arrow. And I'm on our first page of our notebook. Actually, it's our second page because we had our cover page. Creating a hide and reveal activity. And I'm going to show you several techniques for revealing information. The shade and reveal, which is really quick and super easy on Learner Workbook page 44. Move and reveal. Erase and reveal. And imagine for just a moment this is a timeline because I can pull to the side and reveal from left to right as well as up and down. So this is order and reveal. And to close out my shade, I'm just going to press the red X. Let me take you to the page sorter tab so that you can see how that was done. So the page sorter tab is accessed by clicking on the full screen icon on our full screen toolbar. And that toggles us back to the page sorter tab. You'll know we're on the page sorter tab because the page has a little folded corner and we're seeing the thumbnails of all of our pages. To find the screen shade, you click in the Actions tool panel, and it's next to the red X. And on the other side of the table, it looks like an old-fashioned blind. And again, that just covers up what you've got to reveal. And you can go ahead and go to our next page, ready to go. If I come back, it's already there. It stays in place. So let's navigate to our third page. I'm going to click on the thumbnail, or I could navigate forward. Where is Tutankhamun's tomb? And we would use this in a world history class, but you could use anything as your example here. This is just a way to get you thinking about moving, erasing in order to reveal. So, move to reveal. I'm going to take the box and just move it away, and we have the answer of the Valley of the Kings. Keep in mind that you can see as I press on it that it's locked and allowed to move. And my text underneath it is also locked, so we'll look at that in just a minute. We have erase to reveal. I can erase in two ways. I can pick up the eraser from the pen tray and erase. Or the other technique that I could have used was to click back, just to get back to the page. I'm going to pick up our digital eraser, go to our digital erase, go to the largest size, make a fist, and rub right over. Kids love that. The last one is the order to reveal. Now notice I'm still on the eraser, so what do I need to do? As you remember from previous workshops, I need to press select. So I'm pressing select, and then I'm going to go ahead and move my rectangle down and reveal the Valley of the Kings, so you can see this layering effect. We're going to navigate to page 4. This time I'm going to use the navigation tool, the arrow pointing to the right. So we're going to create this for ourselves. Where is Tutankhamun's tomb? I can either type my text by clicking on the on-screen keyboard through the pen tray, like this, or I could click on the keyboard, which is in the Actions panel, and the reason why it's there is I actually customized my toolbar earlier by selecting the Customize tool up in the upper right-hand corner, choosing the Smart Keyboard and dragging it up, and then selecting Done. So either way, you can access the on-screen keyboard, or you could do this on your computer. So I'm going to write the Valley of the Kings. And notice it's right up here. It's up here because that's where my arrow was at the time that I was writing, my select tool. I'm going to use the handle to adjust, the resizing handle, and I've adjusted the size of the Valley of the Kings now, so it's an easier size to manipulate. I can make it a little bit bigger by going to the resize handle, but not too big. I want to lock that in place. I'm going to click the drop down arrow, go down to locking, click on the arrow to the right, and click on lock in place. Now I'm going to go ahead and place a rectangle over the Valley of the Kings. So I'm going to click on the Shapes tool, which is next to the select arrow in the tool panel. Then I'm going to click on the rectangle in the contextual panel that has rounded curves. I'm going to go to the color palette and choose red for fill and black for line color. I'm going to pull a rectangle over the Valley of the Kings. Again, I need to remember to go back to my select tool. And now I can move this and reveal the Valley of the Kings. To make it extra safe, I can go ahead and go to locking and just click allow move. So it's not allowing it to rotate, but it is allowing it to move. The second technique was erase to reveal. So how do we do erase to reveal? Well, what I want to do is show you very quickly how to make a thick pen that can do this at any time. The trick here, remember, was covering it with digital ink. So I already made this tool, but I'm going to show you how we get it. I can click on any other tool, any other pen, go to pen properties. Okay, so now we're on line style. Choose the second to the largest size, or in this case we'll choose the largest size. Okay, and I click on white, choose Save Tool Properties, and now I've got a very large white pen. If I had done that here and clicked on Color Palette and clicked on Line Style, it would have made a temporary pen, which is fine, but if you want to do this all the time and have it easy and have it ready, it's easier just to do it. So there we go. We've colored over it. I'm back on the page sorter tab there. And if I pick up my eraser, I can erase the digital ink. And I can very simply go back to my pens, click on my large white pen, and color over it again to be ready for the next student. For order to reveal, this is a little trickier. We're going to use the rectangle that we created. We're going to go to the select tool so that we're back on home base. Move it out of the way. We want to make a quick copy, so we're going to unlock. Go down to our drop down, click copy or Control C. Click where we want it. Right click using the pen tray. We talked about that earlier. Click paste. And I want to change my text to white. So I am going to go ahead and select the text is already selected. You can tell because it has the blue marquee around it. Now I'm going to select white, and it's going to turn the text white. I'm going to be on my select arrow again. Make sure that I'm in the right box. Drag it over. And it's actually a little bit big, so let's click on it again. Let's resize it a little so it fits within the parameters. Click on the resize handle. There we go. And if I take my box that I made before, I can move it right below and reveal the Valley of the Kings. Why did that work? That worked because we ordered the layers. Remember, we had made the layer for the rectangle before we made the layer of the white text. So it actually slid right in between. So, why would you want to hide information before talking about it? Well, you want to increase student engagement. You also want to increase student think time. So you want students to have the opportunity to think about what's going on. You want informal assessment. Why are we learning this? Well, we're learning this because 3 students in the class needed some more time to learn it. And we're learning this because it's appropriate, it's on our state of assessment test. Whatever motivation you want to hook the students, you're trying to get them to understand that this is important material. And when you're doing an informal assessment as a teacher, it's all about the learning. It's about structuring what the teachers are teaching to increase student achievement. And then there's interactivity and motivation. So you want to make sure that students are getting up to the board. This is not about being the lord at the board. This is about you being the sage by the side where the students can come up and interact with the material and really be engaged. So creating a hide and reveal activity. I'm a computer teacher and a technology coordinator, and this is a very simple technique. Okay, we're using the reveal technique. I made a magnifying glass. Actually, I took it right out of the gallery. Very easy to do. You can see the word private is in blue, and I don't know if you can see it on the videotape, but when I move the magnifying glass over, the other words are in white. Now if I click on the mouse on the pen tray to do a right click, and I click set background, which is towards the end of the page, and I change it to a solid fill, or I could have done that off the properties panel, and click blue, and we'll go back to the page sorter tab there. Now we see passwords are private. Keep your passwords secret. So how did we do that? Well, it was very simple to do. Now that we know the secret, we're going to change our background back to white, the way we had it before, which is actually, it's probably better to do no fill, so let's change it to no fill. And we're going to find a magnifying glass in the gallery. So I'm going to delete this one for right now. The gallery tab looks like a landscape painting. We're going to type the word glass. And hit search. And we're going to pull up pictures, and our pictures down, our magnifying glass looks very cool. I can drag that in, or I can double tap on it. I'm going to resize it with the resizing handle. And we have passwords are private. Keep your passwords a secret. Right now that magnifying glass is going right over top because it was the last one put in place. If I click on it and I reorder it and I send it back once, now its passwords are private. Keep your passwords a secret, and you can see that better again if I change my background by clicking set background to blue. So passwords are private. Keep your passwords a secret. So remember, when you're talking about hide and reveal, it's all about the layers. You can resize, you can send things forwards and backwards by ordering. Okay, so right now I just brought this forward, and you can see it's all about the layers on our layer cake. Or I can bring it back, and I can hide and reveal that it's all about the layers. So today we learned some very simple techniques, but most important, as my first grade teacher would say, we learned to hug the smartboard. Okay? Enjoy your smartboard, make interactive revealing activities, and have fun with your students. Thanks for watching.